Hello. It's going to be a quick update, I promise. First of all, apologies for the sort of lack of updates over the last couple of months. I'm conscious of the fact that you all sort of very kindly stepped up to help, and you did help in a very big way, in ways too long to go into here. But I'm also conscious of the fact that none of you signed up for the newsletter, so I didn't want to keep on filling your inboxes with long rambling videos. But where we are today, as of, what are we, 3rd of March, 4th of March, although all the donations got us through Christmas, which in itself was incredible, I was still sort of labouring under the illusion that, a job's going to come along at some point. I'm still applying for staff. I had a couple of interviews, but unfortunately it didn't happen. So what I realise now is probably inevitable has happened in that being evicted, basically. Landlord has been very nice about it. I have explained the situation, and it may be that I walk away owing money. But, it's unfortunately they will be at the bottom of the queue in terms of paying back, because as I do start to earn money here and there, that my first priority has got to be somewhere to stay and food to eat. Today is the last day, and I'm in the process of sort of trying to pack stuff up. But I just wanted to say that all of the help that everyone gave, from financial contributions to, trying to think about who they might know over here and connecting me with other people and stuff, and even just well wishes. It's impossible to put a value on how much that helped. The additional time that it granted us in the apartment gave us an opportunity to sort of get round to, certainly for the kids, to sort of become acclimatized to the idea that we may say goodbye to this place at some point, rather than it just sort of being yanked from us. Been able to, even just all the additional moments and memories and stuff that the kids and I have been able to have here, thanks to all of you, just, again, priceless. It also gave me a lot more time to start to be able to visualize a future for myself here, in terms of the weird little lights that I've been designing is something that I will continue to pursue as a business. Various other creative projects in terms of upcycling, and I've also gathered enough tools and materials now, again thanks mostly to sort of general gifts from the universe, to be able to, whatever happens next, earn money for myself as an all-purpose handyman, light builder, doing artworks and things like that, domestic cleaner, whatever. So, there is, I think I have to accept that getting another job is probably unlikely now, given the sort of fairly consistent data from the last year or so. But I'm at peace with that, because actually I can make money for myself on the side doing more practical, physical, manual labour type stuff, which I'm actually quite happy with. So it's going to be a bit of a mad 24 hours, because just out of sort of general respect for the landlord and how nice they're being, I want to be able to clean this place as much as I can and make their lives as easy for them as possible, which includes clearing out probably 90% of the stuff here and trashing it, to save them a bit of money and having to hire house clearers to do the same. I think I've pretty much seen a way now to hang on to, obviously most of the kids' stuff will go to their mums. The kids will always be fine because they will be at their mums, so there's no need for anyone to worry about that. But in terms of the sort of core stuff that I need, all of my tools, all of my materials for continuing to develop prototypes for lamps and stuff like that, art materials, things like that, I think I have found places for those, thanks to the kindness of friends and new acquaintances. So it means that I won't have to lose any of the stuff that I will need to carry on and pursue earning money through those other means, which is great. Everything else here, it's just stuff. A lot of it, I found in the recycling shed anyway, so it will go back over there for the next family to come along and find and have use of. So that's where we're at. But I don't want anyone to think it's a failure. Actually, it's the additional time that we've got has, like I say, allowed me to get even closer to a point where I can see not just a means of making money for myself, but a future for myself here, where I'm not just sort of hanging on for the kids' sake until they're old enough to not need me anymore, but to actually build a life with purpose for myself here. And the stretch target on that is to develop it into a business or an initiative that helps other people do the same, to address some of the issues over here in Denmark that a lot of other immigrants face as well, which, none of them are sort of, these challenges are, I think, all fairly innocent. They're just bugs in a system that was otherwise designed with good intent, but, it takes fresh eyes to come in and recognise those and spot ways to address them. So I'm feeling pretty hopeful about the future, although the next few weeks are going to be a bit hairy. Having said that, the kid's mother, Sabina, is being very helpful. We are going to, every other weekend, I'm going to be going into the house to stay with the kids for a long weekend, and she will go out to stay with her sister or wherever. Gives her a bit of a break because, although like me, she would quite happily have the kids 24/7. She also deserves to have some time to herself and have a bit of a break. And, so there is going to be that regularity. The kids and I will have more certainty, ironically, in the sense that I haven't really been able to have them here much of this year. A, because I haven't really been able to feed them. But B, also because I just didn't know when the landlord was going to show up or when the lights were going to be shut off or whatever. So it hasn't been great for them or me, or her, actually, because of course she needs, she's got a business to run. So it means that we can get back into a regular cadence of, for example, every week, Tuesday and Wednesday nights, I go and pick my daughter up from football training. We bike back to the house. We have dinner, bedtime, bath time. So that will continue. And then every other weekend I'll be in there. It's just the time in between, which is going to be a bit hairy. Is going to be couch surfing, maybe the odd night in a homeless shelter, which I know must sound wild, but actually, as part of a mix of all I really need to do to continue working on what I'm working on is to make sure that I have a roof over my head each night and food in my belly. And it's funny, if you'd asked me a few years ago, that would have seemed like an absolute disaster. But one of the benefits of the situation that I've been in for the last 4 years now, really, in being in Denmark, is that through necessity and twists of fate, you're forced to completely reassess and redefine what to you is absolutely necessary and what to you can actually do without, if you're prepared to go with a bit of discomfort for a while. And being able to stay here with my kids, and being able to, be their father, basically, rather than being in the UK and, just checking in with them every now and then, and having what I need to stay alive, so a roof over my head, food in my belly, actually really that's all that matters. It's not, I have no desire for this to be the rest of my life, but it's all I need right now in order to be able to try and make a reality of this sort of path that I see now for myself over here. So anyway, I said it would be a short update, 10 minutes already, so I'll leave it there. But I just wanted to say to everyone that has helped, it's impossible to quantify the value of what your assistance, no matter what form it came in, has given us and given me as well. So thank you. Would not be here were it not for you. I'm going to be opening up other channels on Instagram and things like that about these various different initiatives. So, people can follow along on those if they wish. But I think in terms of this campaign and these updates, you'll be pleased to hear that this will be the last one. But if anyone is so inclined, I'll be in touch in future about other channels that you can follow along on. So thank you so much to everyone. And, everything that you've done and the way that you stepped up is exactly what humanity needs, basically. And it's with that spirit that I will be moving forward with a view to try and turn these initiatives that I have into something that provides exactly the same for other people who are in my position over here in Denmark. Yeah, that's it. Thank you.